evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the kickoff game of the MavWar Hype Unity Tournament 2018 between teams Hate Culture and Lemon Party. I am Rails Barlow, one of your two casters for this evening on the Maverick Warriors Twitch channel, which is streamed by our own xBye here. And I am joined tonight by the one and only Mr. Infested Soul. Infested, it's been a long time coming for this tournament's kickoff, but here we are. We're on the parish, we're hyped up, it's 2018, and we are ready to see some great Left 4 Dead 2 in front of us, are we not?
Yo! Rails, we're playing Left 4 Dead 2 2018. We're battling it out here in Parish. It's gonna be our first map of this tournament, and I'm excited for it. It even warns you, danger, stay in your own group right from the start. And this whole 5 maps is gonna be brutal for these survivors.
Oh yeah, it's 1 to 5, and I will say that this tournament has been building for quite a while. For those unfamiliar with this version of the MavWar tournament, there have been 2 previous MavWar tournaments, the last one in 2016. This one follows a similar format but has more teams and more players. There are 16 teams in this tournament split into 4 groups, and this is Team 1 versus Team 2, I believe, who are going to be battling out, and we have some familiar faces on both sides, and these teams were constructed from a quasi-draft style and then also kind of with a little bit of pre-selection for who wants to be on the same team in this, but it's not like a traditional, you know, I'm gonna get 4 of my friends that are the same kind of tournament thing. The balanced skill levels was a huge part of the tournament's approach from the tournament staff, and I'd like to give a huge shout out to 2 groups, including the Found Time Network and the eFreak Network, but we'll do that in a second because we are going live right now with Game 1. We're gonna have Team Lemon Party on the Survivor side and Team Hate Culture on the Special Infected. We will do a roster rundown after this first hit because this first hit is gonna be pretty dangerous. Tank's gonna be at 32%, and we're gonna see Team Lemon Party pushing out of the safe room. The tank's actually gonna spawn right now with the hit going in. Smoker gets cleared. Charger does land next to a jockey right there as the single boom goes out, and the tank is up in the hands of Badfish for Team Hate Culture. Infested.
Oh my. So everything pretty much does land there. It is a little bit of damage going on everybody, and the boomer's going to slow them down, but it isn't going to be substantial enough for the tank to do anything other than do exactly but play it safe. And so he is kind of stuck here to make a decision with the rest of his team now. He could have maybe hit the car a little bit, but this is pretty much the safest gamble. He's got a boomer up, and it's all up to whether he decides he wants to keep his boomer.
Oh, I think he's gonna want to commit with this, because I bet you right now they're figuring out what way they're gonna push him in. We're gonna keep it here and not go to war him, even though we do have both. Badfish committing this first tank for Hate Culture, already down to under 60 HP, pushing in. Boomer's gonna get a spawn up, and it's gonna land a single boom with a smoker pull. Double punch going out, another punch landing onto Nick, but right now that horde has to get into this tank to be able to get much of anything else here. But he's going into the corner, pushing into Rochelle, down to 1 HP. Charger does manage to find a charge, but does get cleared. Tank pushing back in onto Rochelle, and that is a dead tank right there. Infested.
No downs. Nick was able to barely get himself away. And they are on the move. They are on the move. They are on the run. They are not slowed down at all by having to pick anybody up. So
yeah,
and we able to get right to this building before the hit is even like trying to be out.
Yeah, and we will mention some things about the tournament config during the next ready up, but real quick, roster rundown. 4 Team Lemon Party on Survivor. We have Nimzo, Elkgod, Sepia, and Dusty. And who do we have for Hate Culture here, Infested?
Oh my, for Hate Culture, we have Kitty, and we have GRMA, IMNX, and Badfish as the effective. And then we got them going in, and he's going to land on the boom guy as the hunter. Going to get cleared out by the 2 other survivors, and they are on the move trying to use him as a human pipe bomb to hopefully make it to the safe room, but I don't know. I don't know if they're going to make it there in time.
Yeah, and this is important
in their way.
Yeah, Dusty's going to be able to get this witch, and it's not really going to be much of a problem. But I will say something that I learned scrimming this map. I actually played Team Hate Culture with my team prior to this game, and this first map of Parish is actually still worth 400 points here in UMod. So if Team Hate Culture, yeah, so if Team Hate Culture is unable to get some more damage pushed out onto Team Lemon Party over here, Team Lemon Party can score close to 1,000 points on map 1 Parish. That used to be a thing, you know, in some of the older pro mod configurations, and it's true here. Now, as this final hit does go in, Hunter trying to get a land on the coach, not going to land. We do have that charge landing, but they didn't actually have a spit to follow up on that. They did have a quad cap, and that's going to be Team Lemon Party making the safe room. Infested, this bonus is going to be good. This is going to be pretty nice.
Yeah, it's still going to be good. Yep. Didn't go down again. He still didn't ever go down. So look at this. Boom. That's pretty good. I take it.
937 points on the first map of Parish for Team Lemon Party. And this is something important to mention because the config being played, this is the official competitive Left 4 Dead 2 debut of UMod. And UMod is interesting because it was developed with a base of Pro Mod Elite and then also a little bit of Zone Mod coming into that. So it's like a synthesis between the two. And is it me or is the server being a little, okay, there we go. I was caught for a second, I think, in that transition. But yeah, so UMod has the what's it called? The bonus system of Zone Mod, but some of the Pro Mod base. For example, that map scoring, that was pretty interesting because in Zone Mod, I believe you can only get like 300 distance on that map, and the bonus is nerfed.
Help! Don't worry.
So we will see if Team Lemon Party is able to then get a huge advantage on this first map from this first chapter.
I'm only betting that maybe they send the boomer right away and nothing else, possibly.
I think they're gonna save the rest of the tank spawn, right?
Reloading.
I mean, I guess they could at this point.
Maybe get lucky, but I don't know. It'd be really hard for the boomer to land by itself.
Yeah, it's a really good idea though, because now the full hit is there and the tank is up, as you mentioned. The jockey's going in, boomer going in as well, but the boomer does miss, and now they really can't commit this tank, but they're gonna commit this tank. L4D is going in right now with only 2 support, already down to 5k. They're helping him early. That punch does miss though, and the tank is in a little bit of trouble right now, trying to put these survivors back. Charger going in to get some kind of stumble or something, but Dusty able to land that charge onto Coach. He does get cleared though, but Sprout is not able to hit any of these. L4D is about to hit a punch on the Nick, but that's a one-hitter. Tank Infested.
He got a punch off right at the end, right before he got smited by the survivors. And they are running, Rails.
That's a surprising call to me, honestly, because I guess the methodology was for him to go in there and try to get a corner before the survivors got out, but the arc boom missed from the side and 2 supports were still up. The charter did land, but he wasn't able to really get a whole lot on his own. So now we saw a great first map come out from Lemon Party Survivor, and now they have a chance here, you know.
It's gonna slow him down. It's gonna slow him down here. Now they get to set up on the witch. They get to take their time. The infected don't have to worry about them pushing and taking the gamble. Oh, just like rushing the witch. They get to take their time. Infected get to set up and play this now. Maybe finally get something.
Yeah.
It's really needed.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because they had a chance to take a massive lead there, but now Hate Culture, you know, killed that tank pretty much as well as possible.
They definitely killed that. Yeah, they killed it.
But as you said,
actually have a situation that they can come out on top on.
Yeah, and now I mean it's all down to this witch. They do have a 3-1 for it on the special infected side of things. But how would you play this here on Survivor Infested? This is a pretty high stress situation.
Well, the only spawns that you know of right now are the boomer and the hunter. So you know that those are up. You don't know that. I don't think they actually are aware of the jockey and the charger. I guess we'll never know because they're going in and they're actually going to get the crown right before the charger lands. And Nick so luckily is able to get that crown before everything just drops in on him. And that is going to be them rushing to safety with a human pipe bomb. I don't think there's any way that they're going to be able to. Yeah, there's no way. They're going to make it. Whole W, they got it.
I mean, both Survivor teams right here just showing what they can do. Like that was really impressive. Actually, we're gonna see like an 1100, an over 1100 point score for Team Hate Culture in this match, but it's only a 230 point game after the first map. That was that tank can be so hit or miss. Yeah. They did 48 damage. Yeah, that's insane, actually, now that I think about it. Because, like, you know, sometimes if a team gets, like, let's say a team gets, like, 1,000 points on this map, or, like, over 1,100, as Hate Culture just did, and one of the other teams wiped, then it'd be almost, not impossible, but really difficult to make that comeback, especially when it was only 4 maps. So the methodology behind nerfing it was that then let a lot of the work be done after map 1, because something can go terribly wrong. But both those tanks just weren't able to get much of anything. I'm trying to think back to the last time I saw 2 shutdowns like that, and part of it might be UMod, part of it might be, you know, just teams not having, like, the same amount of time to prepare SI coordination since these are kind of draft teams, but that was really impressive from both Survivor sides.
Yeah, it was awesome stuff. Showing their dance moves.
At this point, I would say if I'm Team Hate Culture, like that's obviously a great start, but I don't think Team Lemon Party needs to be too worried about that, specifically because,
still
you know,
early game stuff.
They're playing 1 through 5, and we are going live right here with the second chapter of this inaugural game of the MavWar Hype Tournament 2018. It's going to be a Sepia tank here, and it is going to be a rock tank, as a matter of fact, I believe, in that park area.
I believe so as well, if they want to play it the long game just to get more hits. Be exactly what they're going to be looking for. And we do have a boomer on the rooftop.
Boomer's on the roof, the smoker's behind the police car, and something about this is that since it is similar to zone mod and some of these SI hits with timers and such, you know, you can get some pretty good damage pretty fast and then just move yourself along with a new hit, like really, really close in terms of the spawn timers. I think the new version of zone mod, they're changing that. But yeah, they are. That's gonna be the hit going in.
There it is.
Boomer gets the double, Smoker gets the pull out, but the Hunter is unable to land the cover until that Smoker pull is cleared. But okay amount of damage though going in with some of that residual common ship, but Infested. How much have you played U-Mod?
I have not played it enough. I will definitely say I probably only played it like 3 to 5 times. I have not played it enough to make any, like, I don't know enough about the differences.
See, to me, being an active participant in this tournament and one of the captains, I've had a good amount of exposure to it. And to me, it is actually just strange how it feels like a cross between the old pro mod and the new zone mod. It took me a couple games to get used to it and remember, like, hey, your melee can do certain things, and you know, you have a certain amount of like distance on these maps, and these maps have some weird changes. For example, here in zone mod, you would be able to shoot through that wall without the bush there, and you can still shoot through the wall with the bush, but it's a change where you can't see the tank as well. Exactly. So I would say team hate culture, and from playing against both these teams, hate culture is a very, very survivor-sided team. We're gonna see them play aggressive. Hunter gets skeeted, another Hunter gets skeeted, and the Boomer. That's what I was saying. I mean, they've got the ability to shut things down exactly like that, and the tank is up 14. Lemon Party into the hands of Sepia, and how about we send it over to our first worm of the tournament, Infested? I'm gonna kick it over to a Lemon Party worm. Yeah.
I like the sound of this one. I like the sound of this idea. Let's go to the Infected worm right now on Team Lemon Party.
Shoot the shit out of that thing!
I think just sack Boom. You want to try to play long Sepia for a bit, or you want to just commit?
Kill it! Kill it! Don't stop shooting!
Yeah, get ready over there by the trees. This is probably where they're gonna get flushed. Come from this way, Sepia. Push through the gazebo.
Reloading.
Let's go.
Shoot me again. I dare you. Reloading.
Reloading!
Good damage on her.
Got this just for you.
And we're back.
It really hurts.
Oh my! Tank almost able to get a full down, but Kitty just able to get out of range of that punch. Gonna be able to survive and eat some pills. And the survivors are on the run towards this event. But all in all, that tank fight could have gone worse. The Infected would have worked together just maybe a little bit tighter. That could have been really scary for the survivors there. But they get away pretty okay. But definitely we could see them do better if we can see them just keep away from that tank on the other team. But we will see the next hit coming in here soon. Maybe they're going to get rid of a couple spawns here if they really want to keep something for the actual event hit.
Yeah, that tank is so hard to play on the special infected side of things when survivors get into that open field. Like, she was able to push them back. Well, you do have it going in right now as well. Charger going in, going to find that charge on to Coach right there, as that was on the recap, as you mentioned. However, because they sent that there Infested, they're not going to have that charge fit for the alley. One thing I'd like to say about that tank, though, is that you know, you saw the SI trying to get spawns behind, because that's one of the ones where you need to send the SI a little bit earlier to try to get some kind of multi-cap to set the tank up. The usual methodology is, you know, send the tank in, try to have him get a corner, blah, 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 and then have the SI go in once he gets that. But in a situation like that, you need to have setups, and she was able to do a good amount of work despite a lack of those setups until, like, the very end. So,
oh, Boomer. They were waiting for it. Assassinated that Boomer.
Exactly. I mean, and now, you know, Hate Culture, as I said from playing against them, they are a very, very strong Survivor side team. Their usual lineup includes Migo instead of Grandma, but at the same point in time, pretty much with their core roster, they are able to, well, core anybody on the roster, really, they are able to put up a lot of points in a short amount of time. And right now, they're on pace to break, I don't know, maybe like mid 2Ks if they manage to keep this bonus. Team Lemon Party are going to try to prevent that from happening, though. The Charger, Spitter, Hunter, and a Jockey, which should be going in relatively soon as it is. That Charger is going to land onto Rochelle. Spit's going to land on that as well, so that is a charge Spit onto IMNX, and the Spit's going to do a pretty good amount of damage, but Infested, like we said, I expect a high-scoring game today.
Absolutely. 50 points shaved off is what they got from that Spit charge right there. They're walking, marching towards the safe room still, though. They're going to tap that button, and they're waiting for the door. They're going to be inside by the time the next hit is in. Or at least have the availability to be inside if they wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, the infected don't have a Spitter here, so they're probably going to send it outside. Hunter, Jockey, Smoker, Boomer.
Boomer's like, I like this. This is scary if he gets a good one here.
It's a bad area for the Survivors to stand. They do get the initial pull right there. Hunter hits the intercept as well.
No.
That's the double cap. Jockey going in, trying to clear right, but IMNX does manage to get that clear right before. Actually, the Jockey's the smoke target, but he got to avoid the Jockey so they didn't suffer a multi-cap. Yeah.
Again, a double cap, almost leading into a triple cap, but Survivors able to be just slippery enough.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing where the Smoker's gonna jump in there trying to throw that witch, but what a crown! What a crown by IMNX! That was originally gonna be Grandma doing that, but IMNX has intercepted that witch, one-shotting her in the face. That was a hell of a play on his side. Spitter's gonna go in, not gonna land. IMNX does get Spit pounced right there. As that Charger does whiff, that is gonna be some damage onto him, but Infested, that would have been devastating had that witch landed.
500 points still. They walk into safe room. They got that over 2K, like you said.
That's a great start right there, because at this point they're averaging over 1K points per chapter walking into the second map of Parish. I mean, obviously we've got two Survivor powerhouse teams here, and I can't say enough about the impact of Dusty on Team Lemon Party. Everybody in the community knows him. He's been around forever. He recently won the last EFBS tournament Team Sorry for, you know, and I think it's going to come down to how well his team, you know, works around what they're trying to do on, you know, Survivor side, where Dusty's able to do a lot of work, obviously, but this is a team-based game and a team-based tournament. You can't put all on one player, but I'm really excited to see how IMNX is playing on Survivor, Dusty playing on Survivor, all of these teams, because it's all about that kind of cohesion. And we are going live, right? Actually, I got baited by, as I was talking about him, I got baited by IMNX because, you know, why? It's okay, it's so they can hear us from the...
so far!
I know.
Going into the second half of map 2 of the first match of the MavWar tournament 2018.
This is gonna be a grandma tank for Team Hate Culture here. The first hit's a Smoker, Boomer, Hunter, and another Hunter again. I should say too, one of the zone mod things that UMod kept is the ability to have quad caps and the double Hunter in a style that's a little bit more similar, I'd say, to Left 4 Dead 1. But
I like this.
Oh, it is. Oh, it's juicy.
Smoker, Boomer, Hunter right here. They're just like we saw.
Hunter!
I like this. I like this. Look, the Smoker in the tree. Dusty knows where it is now. Because it missed. For sure would know where it is.
Okay.
I like the slow play from the start here from Team Lemon Party, just because they know here they're going to have to match that performance on Survivor. It's a pretty easy tank, but they have to preserve this bonus, and they can't afford to take a big hit beforehand. Smoker getting bait again. Hunter jumping around. That Hunter's almost dead, actually, at this point. Other Hunters up top, and I love the fact that Team Lemon Party are just waiting the most that they possibly can here before engaging with that full hit. They don't want to get multi-cap. Hunter gets skied. Other Hunter gets skied.
It's all gone.
Everything's dead. Everything's dead. It got melted. It was butter. It was a microwave. Everything's dead, okay? Like, that's literally what happened. It got melted. So now, listen. Like, that's what they need. That's what they need to do, and that's what you expect, because Parish is one of those maps, too, that when you start moving, if you don't do damage on the tanks or get someone bleeding, these maps are long, and if you don't have survivors below green health, then people are going to be able to blitz these maps. And obviously, these players are very experienced when it comes to that, so it's on each of these SI teams to do what they can with every opportunity that they're given to them to get that kind of damage, because this tank, I'm just going to say, this tank's just not supposed to do a whole lot of damage. It's not.
No, it is not. You're not supposed to be able to push people back into a corner with this tank. It shouldn't be able to get you that far usually.
That Hunter gets
At
defeated.
least you should be able to move away from it. You shouldn't be pushed into that corner.
Exactly, and the tank is up. 14 hate culture into the hands of Grandma. And how about we kick this over once again to our first hate culture worm of the tournament.
Yes, I also like this video. Let's get in there.
I'm reloading.
Can we pull him?
Hold on. If you can.
It's delayed.
Reloading.
What do you want here?
Can you guys get a hit?
Alright, let's go.
Guns here.
Shoot it! Shoot it!
Reloading.
I'm just gonna go in with this. Nice attack.
Alright, you gotta go now.
Reloading.
So you remember this is big up.
Nice, nice.
Nice fucking job, dude. Oh my god.
Reloading.
Good fucking
Nice
pull.
job. Oh my god. Oh my.
Cover, go. Nice.
Nice job. This person over here.
My bad.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, Infested, I mentioned that tank usually doesn't do a whole lot of damage. That's the way that does a lot of damage. And the way that did a lot of damage is when that tank pushed in, the boomer got to spawn behind the tree. And I will say this, in zone mod, but also U-mod specifically, boomers are death. Like, in a situation like that, even though one survivor was hoarded, the amount of common coming in allowed those survivors to get split, actually, and then for the multi-caps to land, like, that jockey going forward was insane. The smoker hit the intercept, and then at that point, you know, the tank in the hands of Grandma was able to zone people out, get a couple of hits, and a lot of the damage there came from the multi-cap, and the fact then, you know, the open area advantage, right, is that survivors can kite the tank, but if they get separated and Infested, it can go downhill real fast.
Absolutely. The survivors were so unlucky in that they were try as they might. The infected team barely skirt away with the survivors' lives. The jockey carrying away Rochelle. Like, just barely surviving from the Uzi fire from afar. Just crested over the hill. And it was amazing with the smoker being able to pull out the next cap. Tank being able to cover both of them. And we see the next hit coming in here. Another tri-cap. Oh my!
That is exactly what Team Hate Culture needed. You know, the first map they gave up, you know, over 900 points to that tank, but the momentum, Left 4 Dead 2, as it's been said for the past how many years have we been here? Like almost 10 at this point. It is a momentum-based game. It's a momentum-based game like that, and that's why now, you know, Lemon Party definitely need to find a way to preserve this bonus, but they have one survivor almost slow. They do commit their last set of pills as this next hit's coming up, and this is the kind of thing that Hate Culture wants. That charge goes in, gets a nice double charge. Spit goes in as well, landing onto that. We do have a pull to the back as well. That's almost all of Dusty's permanent HP Infested. This is great special infected play right now from Team Hate Culture.
Absolutely, their health bonus is now less than half that of the survivors from the first round already, and they are only halfway through the event.
That is insane, because at this point now, okay, Team Lemon Party...
People that are perma-slow, there's no way they're ever going to be able to solve that issue. No way, there's one set of pills waiting for them up top, relieving one person at the button. And they are, good call, they are split. This is dangerous. The two in the back that are slow are split, actually.
Here comes, double cap landing, double charge! And that's going to be almost a 3-cap, and I saw it. It's one of those things, unfortunately, where you can see it coming. You can see it coming from a mile away like that. When split. This Hunter's still landing, you know. And when you're split like that, the only way to recover is if survivors are fast and they can get back to where your teammates are. But in that, they had people slow, and they actually could wipe at this point because of the damage that was done on that tank.
Yeah, all slow. Coach is gonna need that set of pills. Gonna need it.
Oh yeah. I mean, that right there's the down. Dusty is trying.
I guess
his best.
he doesn't need. I guess Sepia doesn't need it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Dusty was trying his best to zone them out right there, but again, we have a little bit of a split. The Smoker's Tongue does break as we have this double boom, but you know what the other thing is? I should also mention that these events, any Gauntlet event, is not able to be held out in this mod. That's the other big thing, because the survivors couldn't have chosen to hold it out, so they need to have health bonus to get through this. They're about to get hammered again, because that spitter's going in, and
it's gonna keep them there.
Yeah, the next hit's gonna be brutal.
They're gonna be slow, like just by bleeding out, trying to fight through the horde. Look at them as a team. They gotta carve through it, but it's just, oh my. This Charger, Boomer, Jockey, it's just waiting for them. This Boomer not gonna be able to land though on the Dusty, which was the target. Not gonna be able to make it. Need a little. Ooh, Charger going into some punch action though. Gonna get the down on the health bonus trails.
That's exactly what they didn't need right there. Dusty was the last health bonus right there, as you did mention. They still have damage bonus, but Dusty could die if they don't clear this comet. And you know what? That Boomer landing beforehand really didn't matter because obviously it got shut down. But even if it had landed, it would have funneled the comet to them. But they're still in this event dealing with Event Horde, and that's going to be another down onto Sepia. And they're just getting...
Will it ever end?
Yeah, they're getting torn apart right now because of the fact they have this health and because they're in the spot they are. Next hit going in already. Boomer lands a double boom. They're waiting for the Jockey still, I think, to go in. Now the Jockey's gonna go in on the side. Managing to land. My God, Infested. This is the thing about zone mod, as we know.
It's vicious.
Qmod has the same spawn timers, and that's the thing about it. When you only have 12 or 13 seconds between those hits, it turns into something like this.
Still, there's no set of pills that I can see anywhere up ahead here. They are barren. They are about to die. We have Sepia bleeding out black and white.
Charger's almost dead, but the survivors don't have any bonus left, and Dusty gets an amazing crown on that witch. Okay, so both IMX and Dusty did some nice action there on these witches just to kill them in some pretty tough spots. That's gonna be assassination!
An assassination!
The Boomer on the Rocket Boom managed to get the M2 on the coach before getting M2'd and also popped. They have no bonus left, but they are inching towards the safe room. They are not giving up whatsoever here. The hit is coming in from the back. Jockey going to get M2'd. That's the shutdown that they kind of needed to get these last few distance points, but Infested, Team Lemon Party are going to be down by, give or take, 700 points going into this third map.
Hunter on Rochelle.
Oh my gosh, you are absolutely correct. With no health bonus, they crawled from the end of the event to the safe room with no health bonus in hand. But at least they made it to get a little bit of extra distance here to ease up on themselves. But it is still going to be a big hill now that they have to climb.
You're going to have to do better than that.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about Parrish I've noticed too is that like
points now.
Is like these first two maps, they can go one way or the other sometimes with a delta like this, but the map, in my opinion, you know, actually I can say both of them are really important. Finale you can still, yeah, I mean you can kind of have a comeback on the finale, but map 3 and map 4, especially map 3, if there's like an early tank wipe, that can turn the tide of a game because of the amount of distance points that are on that map. I'm interested to see the spawn.
All I'm gonna say is that it's about this time where teams are either going to do one of two things. They're either going to like refocus themselves and reassess whatever the situation is caused them to not be working out like from the game thus far, or they're just gonna fall apart.
Exactly. No, you're right. You're right. Yeah.
We're gonna see what's gonna happen, and then also it's still the same thing for the other team's side. Either they're gonna keep able to stay focused and play the game the same way that they were playing, or they're just gonna lax themselves and do something stupid. We're gonna see somebody do something amazing here, hopefully. And I am excited for it. For the last 3 maps of this game, we are just getting started, folks.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you know, we're just about halfway through. The teams have been putting on a great show so far, but this tank here is crucial. It's going to be a Nimzo tank for Team Lemon Party.
38%. It is still early enough that a white can be very, very generous.
Yeah, exactly. It's a Jockey, Smoker, Charger, and a Spitter for this first hit for Team Lemon Party as Hate Culture start to broach the safe room. Smoker pull is going to go in. Charger's going to land. Nice double charge. Intercept right there. Jockey looking as well. That Smoker is still out. There's the 3 cap that they needed. Oh my god.
Could have asked for.
The amount of damage going out. That was one of the best hits at that starting place I have seen in a very long time. And that Smoker was almost dead, but Infested. The survivors weren't. They weren't able to get out of the safe room. They got intercepted when they ran out of the safe room.
They were intercepted on the way out of the safe room by an amazing double charge. Absolutely ready for them. But oh my gosh, getting revenge, almost like deliciously getting revenge from the Jockey that had like a sliver of red health during the tank fight from last map that caused them so much destruction. Now with that Smoker with a sliver of health causing so much damage. And causing that separation that they were so trying to get to so fast that caused that Charger to be able to just ram them into the wall for a glorious double spit. And it's the best thing you could have asked for there. And playing it patient now the survivors are, but they are already have a bleeder in the name of Nick. And we are going to see is it a 2-2? It is a 3-1 with a boomer. Charger, Jockey, Soldier going in here. Finally, as they're crossing across the van here, the Jockey is going to land.
They're landing their hits now. Like that.
They are landing their hits. It was one by one that time. It was not as coordinated as the first one. They all died before each of the others landed, but they still all got a little bit of damage here. And honest to God, like at the situation they're in, that's all they really need. They're already looking so good. This tank fight is going to be scary.
Yeah, this is all pre-tank damage. It's over 200 damage already, exactly. And then that's what you're looking for from that tank as well. I mean, they have a 2-2 hit here they could probably throw in pretty quickly. But now Nimzo has some options. He can try to play rock. He can try to move around a little bit. Hit is going in. Hunter gets taken out. Single boom does land. Smoker lands again, though, and it's all chip damage at this point. But again, you know, we talk about momentum shifts. We talk about the ability for teams to do that. And this is what Team Lemon Party needed. But now Infested, it's going to come down. If they can somehow pull like a wipe at this tank or get like everyone bleeding or at least all pills gone to where they're slow, that would be ideal. And the tank is up into the hands of Nimzo for Team Lemon Party, and I need Infected Worm. I really need
Oh my, I'm so excited to know what their plan is. I want them to play the bleed game here with these two bleeders, but let's see if that is exactly what they're going to do. Let's listen on their side right now. Lemon Party reloading. Reloading.
Just try not to expose yourself too much.
Yeah, you can just sit right there and throw our rocks, pretty much. Our rock. It'll help you get it over easy. Alright, you can commit.
I'm reloading.
Keep pouring it on.
Hey, let's stop shooting each other.
Can I hit any of these? No.
No.
Shoot it! Shoot it! Shoot it!
Alright, let's go outside.
Reloading.
Let's keep going. Find you.
Reloading.
Don't worry, we all go down. You'll be fine once you get you back up on your feet.
We are back.
Oh my! And the survivors carving up this tank, but not before the tank was able to land some good punches. But all in all, with the damage that they took before the tank fight, they are still at least going to be able to all keep running through the map, and they're hopefully going to be able to hold on to the health bonus that they still have remaining. Speed is key here now at this point.
Oh yeah, as Fig Newtons used to say, you gotta go fast in these kind of situations. Like, they're gonna get a hit here though. Smoker coming in, Charger already got melted, Stick goes down, Jockey though landing in front on some bad fish. And he's actually gonna get a good amount of damage from that onto him into that corner so they can't clear him. And this is what they needed. This is what they needed. And again, I mean,
they're still all fast, but not for long. It's only a matter of time before they're slow now. They lost their insurance. They lost their insurance from that hit.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is, like, Team Hate Culture, they did a good job on that tank, shutting down most of the support. Tank wasn't able to get a whole lot of work there by himself. But at the same point in time, because of the damage that they took beforehand, Team Lemon Party can shut down that tank on their survivor half. And now, interestingly enough, they have a 2-2 for this drop hit, and this drop hit is vicious. I absolutely love this drop hit in pretty much any mod, because the meta now, instead of hitting on the ladder or above the ladder most of the times, is do something like this. Respawn everything, look for a stumble, and just get ready to do some damage with survivor team.
This looks like very like a prime opportunity for the survivors though, because they can make it only one survivor that really takes damage here. If they play their cards right.
Badger's is gonna take a lot of damage actually right there. Almost taking an in-cap.
He's almost gonna go down, yeah. Definitely, that's gonna happen to anybody there for the most part on that hit. Like, you just can't avoid it unless you really get everything skeeted.
Yeah. And actually, we do see the Spitter throwing down a delay there for a second. Badfish is at 1 HP, and they're going to have 3 other spawns from down below there. If they're not careful and they push the ladder before they down him, they could actually wipe if the Spitter spits him down. He is still down below. Now they're going to bait it out on the side of Hate Culture here. Hit going in. Charger trying to land onto Rochelle. Nothing going, though. Going back in now, getting melee down. We do see the in-cap going out, though, on to Badfish. And as you said, Infested, you know, because of the endurance-like nature of this map, they're going to be very, very careful now because they are still making points, but they are slow, and any big hit they take now could actually wipe them.
Absolutely, but they are crawling towards a witch. They need to get to that witch. While they still can, while it's still safe. But it's not, they're not fast enough. Spitter isn't going to delay just long enough. Charger is up. There's a boomer there too. There is no long car by the witch, so you can still get her. And that's exactly what they're going for. Boom! She's going to die. But the Charger's going to land in the back with the boomer. It's going to get it down. They're at least going to get it down on the boom guy. But they aren't going to really be able to delay because the Horde's not going to be there in any amount of time fast. So they're going to crawl up towards this ambulance. We're going to see what the last most likely bit of health they're going to receive is through the map.
Yeah, I mean,
actually, there might be more up ahead.
Because this is the hybrid bonus system right here, even though the Badfish is the one that's gone down, they've been able to do a good amount of damage onto that bonus. There's only about 170 points left. Nice tri-boom going out right here as that spit went down too. The Smoker and the Charger are still up. I expect them to save. They've given pills to Nick, who is black and white at this point, so they could go for a kill on the infected side, or they could try to hit IMNX's bonus, but they need to kill him before the safe room. I will say that because at this point, you know, they can still make a good amount of distance.
Absolutely. I think getting the downs though, to slow them down. There's like just the times involved to keep them in the game, keep them bleeding longer. Just keep it up. Gotta get one down.
Hate Culture knows that too. That's why they're moving on Survivor. You see, like they're starting to push forward with the people who are fast, moving the people in the back. Yeah.
So close. Not gonna have it though. Not gonna have it. They're gonna keep moving. Look at, it's gonna be slow, but Ellis has nothing that's gonna hit him right now.
There's a down there though.
Oh my, no, that is not good anymore. All of the Horde, he can get the pickup for free though. He's the only one not boomed. He has 1 HP. He is the savior of the team right now. No, he didn't need to do that. Oh, he went for the M2. He's still gonna get the pickup though.
Reloading.
Spit, jockey. This is scary stuff now. A Smoker is going to be up again to pull him. That's going to be a down for sure on Ellis here soon, I believe.
Yeah, it has to be. Look, I mean, that's what I mean. They got to keep rolling these in caps. They do get another set of pills, and
Kitty eats them because black and white.
Yeah, they got 2 people black and white now, so they're just gonna have Grandma still be pushing his way.
So he doesn't, yeah, he's never been down.
Yeah.
He's gonna be down right here though. Charger right here, eat him up. Boom. He couldn't, there's no way he put 2 full shotgun blasts in the Charger.
Yeah, but at this point now, it's a little bit different. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, they're going to be able to make the map, and they still have a little bit of bonus, and that's what Hate Culture needed to avoid on their Survivor side, which they have now successfully done, is that they didn't die at the tank. They took a lot of damage ahead of time, but they managed to make their way into the safe room effectively. There's one more staggered hit that's going to be coming in right now. Smoker Pull is going to get kited, and they do make the safe room to keep up with that 1K per map average, where they have 2,995 points infested in the first 3 maps of Parish. That's a great performance so far.
I always never thinking about those bonus points. 25 points added on, bam, just right at the end.
For the witch, yeah.
Witch.
Yeah, I mean, now that's a pro mod throwback right there. Like that's one of the things in UMod that's really, really close to that, where you get the 25 points as your incentive for killing the witch instead of it being an ace mod where I don't think you got bonus points. That maybe it was lower, like 10 or something. And also, the witch is an insta down in this config instead of it being a bitch slap on the survivor into, you know, off a building or into a ravine or like into your teammates. The witch stays in place. The survivor stays in place, and it's a full down if the survivors do fail. But these survivors have handled the witches pretty damn well so far.
Yeah, they have been extraordinarily on these witches. I don't think the witches have ever touched them yet.
This freeway's got to hook up.
At this point, though, Team Lemon Party is going to be making their way out of the safe room. Pull charge spit, going down with a jockey onto Dusty as well. That's a good amount of damage. Right.
Not quite as magical, but it was still very team-oriented, and they got a very solid hit working together there.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what you need to do right now as hate culture even. Like, you don't even need something spectacular at this point. You've got a sizable lead. You made the map on Survivor. You just got to keep hitting together and getting that kind of damage on them so that Lemon Party can't make the safe room with a massive bonus and put themselves even further back into this game. Next hit is going in. Smoker Pole is going to miss. Jockey going in the back on to Ellis. Charger landing up top does get a slam right there, and into the pole goes out onto Nimzo as well.
It's going to slow them down with the double boom. There's no way around it. They're going to have to work together now a little bit harder, and they're going to have to clear out this horde in order to start this tank fight. They're gonna have a hit up for sure. There's no way around it. They're gonna play super safe.
Yeah, and I think hate culture, honestly, they have a couple options here for this tank. They could try to play it long, but I think they're gonna try to commit him with some kind of separation recap.
You could just get rid of Spitter right now, honestly.
Yeah.
It depends on who's the tank, though. I actually forgot who the tank is.
It's going to be Kitty, yeah.
And they went for a full hit there, which isn't a bad option either. They're gonna have to run.
I like the call.
I think they have enough time.
I like the call on the SI side because, like I said, they're trying to get consistent damage. And the tank for Team Hate Culture is up, as we mentioned, into the hands of Kitty. How about we toss it over to one of those Hate Culture war rooms?
Yeah, I want to see if they're gonna be able to play a rock tank here for a little bit.
You want me to play? You want to commit with this?
I can probably get a boom from here.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
You just need to push him onto me.
YOLO. Going into my list.
I'm just getting ready to
I only got one.
Still good. Just got that down.
Nice. Good shit. Stay on that guy. Stay on coach. Nice. Good damage. Good spread. Good try.
Well, get up, get up.
And we're back.
We are back with the tank getting a solid 2 downs onto the survivors in the hands of Kitty. With his infected friends, Boomer was able to land to cause a distraction. Charger able to land onto, I believe it was Sepia, which was able to then cause the tank to then get its second corner. That is good teamwork all in all coming in. But we are going to be able to see the survivors being able to run through this map with pills in hand. There is a chance for them to make more points into this map, but they really, honestly, I think needed to get a bigger, substantial, higher bonus right now.
We have a light double cap landing in the back right there from that Hunter and that Charger. Boomer does get a single in front, but as you mentioned now, you know, on Survivor side there, we saw an early pull go in, and I think Rochelle got pinned against the fire hydrant on the tank commit, which was just, again, things from Left 4 Dead somehow still continue to surprise me after how many hours we've all played this game. But
even the fault of that person, yeah.
It wasn't. I mean, the important thing though is that, like, obviously, Team Lemon Party is still alive, but Hate Culture did the amount of damage that they needed to do on that in order to keep this moving. And now, Lemon Party absolutely makes it safe. We have a survivor dropping down to try to block some things. And now we're going to see Rochelle working her way through. Not a massive amount of damage on that, though. Yeah.
Yeah, they were able to clear that. pretty fascinating. They're going to carve through here. With the spawns in the back actually going to eat up, I think, just enough time. They're going to get up top. They're going to get up top for sure.
Yeah, Rochelle should push it. Rochelle is going to push it.
It is up.
That's what they wanted.
The spawns, please.
Oh, that was a misplay on the infected side. Yeah.
So good. That's the best play you could have asked for right there.
Yeah.
Yes, and they're going to push through this whole area too. They can maybe make it to the witch. They make it to the witch. They make it to the witch. They're scot-free because the only alarm car is right next to them on the right. The boomer might be able to land here. That's their only hope is the boomer there. This is really big. This is really big.
He wants that spawn block so that they can start advancing on that witch. They do have that hunter already pre-spawn, getting chipped a bit. He knows he doesn't want to get boomed here, and obviously not setting an alarm call off either. They can play it a little bit slow despite the fact they have 2 bleeding, but if they can ace this witch and then make it through the next choke, they have a great chance at making up a lot of those points. This map they were actually down. That's true. Yeah. That witch is not next to the alarm car.
There. He killed the hunter.
Yep, and he's gonna get pulled though. Witch is missing.
To him.
And Dusty was bonus too. Dusty was health bonus, yeah. I mean, I see what he was going for, but somebody needed to be a little bit closer to his back so that they could clear that smoker when he started backing up like that. Because he got away from the jockey and got away from the witch, but then she was able to pass to him before they were able to get that clear on the smoker. And now that's important here too, because with that down, they're not going to get the witch points, and they lost the bonus infested. And they should not be pushing this with a hit up. Charger's gonna go in, double charge, triple charge gonna land, yep. Double cap, bit going down. They push that way too fast, and then the hunter gets a repound. This is gonna be close to a wipe.
This is the wipe.
This guy's boom. Yeah.
This is the wipe. That guy's boom.
They fell apart with that witch hit, plus what just happened there.
The spawns are too fast. It is a wipe. The jockey's gonna end it right now if we can get the spawn. Boom! It's over.
That's over. Yeah, good call. Yeah, here's the thing about that infested. Okay, so they had that situation where they would have been able to make safe and make up those points. And I think after a big witch hit like that, where they lost that bonus, they triggered the alarm car. They went too fast, and
I can't believe they triggered the alarm car. I can't believe they triggered the alarm car. Like after all the effort put in to not trigger the alarm car. And they could have at least just not triggered it because Smoker when it pulled Dusty and he failed on the witch, they not only did they not clear like the Smoker in time, but they shut off the alarm car. Someone shut off the alarm car. I don't even know who it was at all. But like their team shut off the alarm car and didn't clear the witch. Oh my gosh, I just don't understand.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, and when Rochelle was trying to climb that ladder, the commons were all pushing down on top of her head, so nobody was able to move.
I understood what they were trying to do, but if the witch is going to fail, you should at least just play super safe suit, because the hit wasn't going on the alarm car anymore at that point.
Right, exactly, because they had time to balance it out, and they had a little bit of time to wait. They were still bleeding, obviously.
The hunter died, and the jockey was chasing Dusty while the Smoker was pulling him. So the whole hit had failed on the alarm car.
Exactly,
There's no reason for that to have gone off. So it's misplay entirely on the survivor side that needs to maybe get worked on if they have to play this map again in the future.
Exactly. They have 1K points to make up on this map. Hate Culture on Survivor, at least 1K, I should say, because now Hate Culture's on the Survivor side. This tank is huge, 41%. It's a Hunter, Spitter, Jockey, and another Hunter for the first hit. Exactly. They need a wipe at this point. We're playing Finale, obviously, but they really need to do some work here. Hate Culture taking their time, baiting it out. Rochelle by the door there. Gonna get pounced by 2 Hunters, interestingly enough, with a little bit of scratches going down. That's a good amount of damage, though. That first hit. Yeah, I mean, they got that pounce and the other Hunter's sitting there clawing, and it's interesting because I've seen on Hate Culture's side of things, they obviously had 2.2k points or whatever it was through the first 2 maps, but like the infected hits from Lemon Party haven't been bad, but the important part is that Hate Culture has been making the maps, they've been getting the distance points, trying to eke it out with the bonus, and both sides have been able to try and do that. Obviously, there are no bonus left for Team Lemon Party in the second map, and they wiped the last map. That's really been the difference in this game so far.
Yeah, it's been the last 2 maps have been a huge deal. It's kind of snowballed affected, kind of a slow roll, but it's gotten larger every map.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, that's been the thing where now Hate Culture has still been on point. Lemon Party has a chance to make it up, and they have a Jockey, Hunter, Charger, and Smoker. They've got the quad right here, and they're going to send this hit in. Charger going Emmanuel onto Ellis, does get cleared. Double cap landing, but everything gets cleared really fast by Hate Culture. You know, a quad would have been massive there, but again, even through the zone mod tournaments and the reflux tournaments and that kind of stuff, I haven't seen a massive amount of quads landing in matches, honestly.
No, it is not to be expected. You should at least be able to place some of your team. At least 2 people of your team should always be able to be in a position where they can protect each other fairly easy.
Yeah.
I don't see why you shouldn't be able to. Unless you're forced to be somewhere.
Yeah, into the hands of Dusty here for Team Lemon Party. They need their captain to get this kind of wipe, and he's got the dumpster in. We're going to war him right now.
Right now, while they are scared, they are so scared.
Don't help the down. Help way too early, dude. Oh shit, sorry.
Keep pouncing, go outside.
We don't have time for this.
If they can clear him through the wall, I think.
No, I don't think so.
That's the last one.
We played this finale, right?
And we're back.
Oh my gosh, a Dusty tank proudly just proudly jumps through the bar into the street through all the survivors as he demolishes them, orchestrating a wipe there with 30% of his health still remaining.
This is
awesome.
That was incredible, and the thing about it is when you get that dumpster, he got that dumpster in one hit. By the way, he one hit that dumpster up there, and then he was able to push the survivors in. You know, he was in the pool room. The survivors jumped back down to kite back to the street, and then Dusty intercepted them. Yeah, that was picture perfect tank play. Yeah, I mean, he got that initial corner under Rochelle. He managed to, like, kind of trap the guy outside as well, and then got him separation pinned. And after that, it was just clean up there with the jockey stumble. Great tank. IMX had the chance to respond. We are live. Lemon Party on Survivor. We do have that jockey getting cleared. Hunter does manage to land, but the spit is going to land.
They will get a safe release, so the spit doesn't become a very big problem. But still a little bit of damage on 3 people there for the first hit. All in all, it's not too bad. But oh my. Going back to that tank, that was really lucky. I think the luckiest part of that tank, if you can call it luck, but was the fact that he was able to he managed to be able to scoop up GRMA in there, and he was the only person that was like 3 hits. Everyone else was like 4 hits. So he did get that first down really fast. He was like figure out what he needed to do from there.
The recap almost landing here. Charger gets cleared. Dusty running around kiting that Hunter, but you know, on those quad hits,
the laser focus that guy down.
Yeah, unless you get like some kind of like actual triple cap on a quad, it won't do a massive amount of damage. And honestly, as we know, you need to get 4 SI to land at the same time to actually get that quad. So I think quads are good in a lot of ways, but at this point in time, it's all down to this tank, and it's up for Hey Culture into the hands of their captain, IMNX, and the survivors have this pool room. I want to hear this Hey Culture worm because they need to respond.
Yeah, this could be big. This could be it. I want to see what their plan is now with their tank.
All right, here we go. Hey Culture worm for this tank in IMNX's hands.
All right.
Is this what you want, or do you want to stack anything?
Oh, he has a dumpster up.
Nope.
Oh.
Reloading.
Just save.
Okay. I almost landed.
Okay, shoot the shit out of that thing.
I'm going in. Help.
Okay.
Pretty good tank.
Fucking close. Alright.
That's fucking damage.
What is this world?
Nice shot at the smoker.
Dude, I like fucking 3
All hers, like the smoker.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, from that tank up in the hands of IMNX, not the wipe. A lot of damage being pushed out right there, and that's really what you can ask for in that room without getting the dumpster. And he had the dumpster onto that second level, but then wasn't able to get it quite through the door. And Team Lemon Party are still alive, but they need to make this map. It's a 5-map version of Parish, but this would let them actually be in the position to make the full comeback if they're able to also make the next map, but they need to not wipe, and they need to make it with bonus here. Like, it's crucial that they do so. Dusty's in the front here, leading it off. Spitter, Hunter, Charger, Hunter, everything kind of spawning in the front. Hunter going in, and that's going to be a pin onto Nick. The Charger's going to go manually in onto Dusty, and that's a 3-cap. 3-cap from Hate Culture. That's a huge amount of damage. 2 in-caps going out. That's exactly what Team Hate Culture needed from that, because that tank spread the damage, and now their hits are doing work after that. Infested, we've seen it happen time and time again this game. These hits are doing work on the Lemon Party after they take a tank relatively well.
Yeah. This is scary. This is scary. Okay, this is the situation we're in now. This is the situation now. We have an event. They're gonna take 1 hit for sure, right? 1 hit for sure. 1 set of pills going to Nismo. Gonna be all fast. If they can stay all fast, they can at least push. But if they can keep them slow, they're gonna be stuck here. This is really scary. They're stuck here, and they got him down. They gotta pick him up and give him the pills, and they gotta move. They gotta get through here before the next hit is up, because they're gonna have everything. They're gonna have a charger and a smoker ready.
Exactly. I mean, right now,
they don't get out of here.
Right now, it's still a 1K point score delta too, because they're still down. You know, okay, you've got everything we've talked about so far, but at this point, you know, they're making up at least some points, but they still have a pretty large margin to come from because they are still down. Hunter getting blown out of the sky by Dusty. Hunter getting blown out of the sky by Dusty. Dusty is going ham on the side. He kills the Charger too. That was completely insane. That was nuts. Or maybe it was Seppi who got it, but everything just melted when it went in front of Dusty's face. Yeah, but that was insane. Okay, so if they can keep doing that for the next couple of minutes here, they can make this safer and make it a playable game on map 5 to try to make this comeback. Oh, absolutely.
They got 400 points walking right now, but they gotta play it super careful though. There is 2 full, at least good hits gonna come in here.
Smoker gets picked. Boomer's gonna miss. Jockey's going in from the left. There's the shutdown. Oh, they need to go. They need to go. Like, they gotta, like, they're gonna pop and just run. You're gonna see them blitz this right now if they don't run the spit. Like, they're gonna try to probably drop off into the side of the alley. This is insane. This is exactly what they kind of needed to make this kind of, like, threat of a comeback going into map 5, because it is that 5-map version of Parish, which we all know and love. It's an 800-point game at this point. They just need to not take a massive hit to the face right here. They've got Dusty in the front, and they're gonna curve to the right-hand side, because I do believe, indeed, there is a witch in that alley, but the survivors are outside already. Dusty pushing the issue. All the SI spawn behind, and they're just kiting around in the front. Smoker is way out of position right now, getting picked. Charger getting melted. Hunter manages to land onto Dusty, and now what they're probably gonna do is they're gonna go back to the witch point with that spitter there too. Witch is getting drawn right here onto Dusty, running around in the front. She's doing cartwheels around a pole. There's some kind of imagery there that I'm not gonna touch on, but this witch is going to die, and Team Lemon Party are gonna make their way close to the safe room right here. Infested, I'm so hyped. This is insane.
They are hyped. They ran.
They made it in. They did it.
Destroyed that witch. Wow. They used that witch. They took that witch with them on an adventure to the safe room.
Wow.
And they are in. They are in, and they have made us a game that is at least a game again. Looking at 350 points separating the 2 teams going into the finale.
That map was everything they needed right there. And Dusty, okay, so we have a slight delay because we did have a game crash from the streamer here. xBye will be back with us in a second. But Infested, that is the map they needed. Like that, in order for them to comeback right there to close that delta, as you said, to 350 points. They got the wipe on Dusty's tank. They killed everything else that happened, you know, essentially after the tank. Aside from that 1 hit they ate, they could have had a lot more bonus had they not eaten that 3-cap in the room. But now it's like, can they, like, this is going to be really, really important here on this early tank. Like, this early tank, if they can get a good amount of damage on the hate culture and then wipe them, if they can, like, make second tank, that would be the way that they win it. But it's so important right now, 14 hate culture, not to get routed from that last map. Yeah, the momentum's shifting a little bit, but they just need to keep playing Survivor, keep making those distance points, because they are still up 350 points going into this. And I don't see teams making the chopper too often here, Infested. I just don't see it.
The question. because I don't know the mod well enough, and I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I feel like a newbie, but this is good. I feel like this is actually good because this is going to all be a learning experience. As this is we are here about to finish up the first match of the tournament.
It's been a hell of a match. It's been a hell of a game too to start this off. Like,
please teach me. Please teach me. I honestly don't know. Do we have a tank here? At the very
we do. Yeah, we have an early tank.
Oh my! I'm excited. This tank is so dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, it can either get a lot of damage, it can get shut down, but we have a very, very interesting scenario here too, because one of the tricks is that if you drop this bridge, it depends on whether or not horde spawns and other things like that. We're gonna have a smoker pole going out in the front here though, getting this damage onto Kitty. The Hunter. Okay, that was interesting. The Hunter, they got a good amount of damage on that, but that second Hunter took the smoke target, and I think it probably should have gone for an intercept, but we have the tank, crucial tank, for Team Lemon Party up in the hands of Elk God. Let's take it over to their war room, because they need to do some work right here. Infested, they have a chance on this comeback.
They do. I want to see this tank do some stuff for them. So excited.
We fought zombies, yeah.
If Rails could actually find a way to move him, that would be great. Don't worry, I'm working on it.
Just don't help too early.
With you too, sir.
Like, let me try and get a corner first. If I get a corner early, then wait till I down them as well. I'm gonna go. Yeah, please pull one off too. Go ahead. Go. No. Okay.
They just said we ought to lower the bridge to get across it.
We're back, ladies and gentlemen, from that first tank of the finale, up in the hands of Elk God for Team Lemon Party. Nice patience there, waiting for that smoker pole to come in, but that was a little disjointed. Like, it looked like it could have been really, really good, like maybe close to a wipe and that kind of stuff. But then by the time that Hunter back in the safe room landed, I think Rochelle kited to the left, cleared the Hunter as the tank was there, and they only really get one down off of it.
Yeah, they got 1.5. But the survivors are on the move, no problem. As the bridge lowers, they have a charger, so they can at least get some really good damage in here. Oh,
there it is.
A charge spin.
That's what they were looking for. And the jockey lands as well. That's two survivors caught in that spit. That's a lot of damage going out.
That was a really good hit to get right after the tank fight. That gets both the last of the health opponents in a range where they might be able to get slowed if we get a good hit to work on them.
I mean, at this point, like, a death charge would be massive, of course, but this second tank, if the survivors are able to push forward and get those kills from the tow truck, it could still be, yeah, I mean, and so Hate Culture's got a pretty big advantage right now.
Only 350 points.
Yeah, that's true.
Definitely. Walking to safe room from that tank fight is still going to be about 150 to 200 points, something like that.
Yeah.
So then the bonus is doable. I think the bonus can be doable, but we'll see. They really are going to bank on this tank fight probably.
Yeah, that is completely contingent on a wipe at that second tank by Team Lemon Party. I mean, Hate Culture, like I said, they have the upper hand right now for the fact.
Right now,
yeah.
Look at right now. I like what they're doing. This Boomer's going to actually have a recharge. Dusty commanding his team to protect him. He is the king of the chessboard in between these trailers. He's going to keep them there. They're bleeding. He's going to keep them there again. They know there's a charger up probably with the smoker. They're scared. The survivors don't know what to do right now.
I mean, the horde stopped.
Oh my god, he died. They're gonna push.
Oh, Smoker going for the pull, not gonna land it. Charger jumping up, landing.
It's gonna keep him there instead. The spit does land though, so at least they get a consolation prize. And it is Ellis almost going down, but they are gonna keep pushing with the one set of builds. They're all gonna be fast, pushing towards this tank fight. Oh my. Rails! It was so exciting.
The thing about this is, and I remember this from way back in the day, if you stand in the same place long enough on these gauntlet events, the horde does stop. I think it's a strat kind of specific to this particular finale, but this boomer's gonna die, have a jockey charger smoker up, and IMX is trying not to go slow right now because they've got 2 survivors bleeding. Jockey going and getting M2 shut down. We do have the double cap landing. That charger almost got another pound.
That's a lot of damage. All on health bonus. A lot of damage, all on health bonus.
Now here's where we get to play the game of where is the tank gonna spawn relative to the survivors. Because one thing about this is when you push forward, you hear the music, but the tank doesn't necessarily spawn right at that point. It spawns instead a little bit past, and now the tank's gonna spawn actually right next to the pills in the hands of Nimzo, 1411 party. This car is bouncing around a little bit too, and now this is where the survivors are probably gonna back up and get some space in between themselves and this tank because they are slow, and just try to rail him as much as they possibly can.
Throwing some rocks underneath this thing, playing it safe, trying to get that bleed game going because he knows they have no pills. And we are going to see a hunter on the rooftop.
We're going to keep it here for now just because I think the SI team are debating what they want to do in terms of either committing or in terms of working this around. Tank's going to rotate to the top of the bridge with a hunter, jockey, and a smoker for the next hit coming up here, and they are going to try to do a little bit of bleed out. It's the right call.
This is a good call. You can keep this first pass.
Oh, he's going in, actually.
Oh, he almost got the car.
That car almost landed, but now this is the problem. He's got to get close to them because even though they're slow, they're still doing a good amount of damage with these guns. Missing a punch there. He's literally... Oh, the miss. He needed to go punch them. Oh, he's going to need help. He gets the punch out onto Ellis. He gets the punch out onto Rochelle.
No, not
Hunter gets the land. He's got 401 HP. Driver's getting clear again. Jockey lands. He's whipping onto Nick. He has 130 HP, but he got it.
He's gonna get it still.
Okay.
Breath. I have bated breath as that tank finally gets the last punch to wipe. Oh my God. We have it though, Rails. We have it though, Rails. Maybe by the skin of their teeth, but they have it. The opportunity to seize the day and to get the comeback.
They could do it, but they need to make this map because...
All right.
Right now, the max distance is 600 points. They're down by about just under 800. And now we have to we have to find a way just to see what they do and balance it out between the distance points and the health. MVP voting is open now, by the way, so we'll post that link into chat. Yeah, and we'll give a couple other shout-outs near the end of this. We have high drama right here. I am an X-Tank for this first tank. Just Smoker, Boomer, Hunter, and another Hunter for the first hit. You know, shout out to Found Time. Shout out to eFreak. This has been an amazing kickoff to this tournament, and we've got one more half chapter to figure it out.
Not going to get anything. Not going to get
scratch.
Sacrifices himself to the gods.
And looks as though they're baiting this out just a little. I think what they want is they want to be able to kill the Boomer. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Boomer's dead. Tags up into the hands of I'm an X. 4-team hate culture. We are going to send it over to that war room right now.
Oh my, yes.
We fought zombies, yeah.
You guys can hit.
Hold on, I'll be up in 2 seconds. There's no one in safe room.
I'm ready.
It's easy rock.
Nice.
It was rage though. They're doing L4 up. Probably just tunneling whatever comes from the safe room.
You guys can hit.
He says we gotta lower the bridge.
Like right now?
Oh, they got.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
Can you stop shooting me?
Nice rock.
Let's move.
Help me out!
Help, help, help!
I can't.
I got you.
Okay.
Sorry.
Should have scared him off by scratching him.
Yeah.
Reloading.
Ladies and gentlemen, Team Lemon Party take one down at that tank. Dusty getting the jukes in the corner while going absolutely ham with those melees. This is what they needed. Infested. If they just don't take damage on these hits in between, no death charge memes, nothing like that, they can make this right here. Boomer gets popped.
They gotta keep playing very.
Oh man.
Chargers up. The Chargers up. You gotta play very smart.
This is huge. This is absolutely huge. Survivor's starting to push their way forward over there. Dusty trying to clear out in the back. They're staying to the left. They're gonna get multi here though. They're gonna have the jockey go in. The Charger lands that charge, but the spit was a little bit off. They clear the Charger. Jockey's still in. No death. An okay amount of damage, but they know that they're probably not gonna be able to get those pills on the Survivor side, so they gotta keep fast. The Smoker spawns up as well in the center, but the Survivors are now moving their way forward right here. Ship Smoker is still up right there. Dusty pushing him, killing him off on the side. Infested, this is crazy. They have the chance to pull this off.
Reloading.
They are moving. They are moving. They're gonna get past this choke. They're gonna have to deal with the Charger up on this next semi-tractor. Boomer's gonna get popped again! Oh my, you're the same thing I did. Jinx, my friend. Every Boomer so far is getting demolished on the Survivor side. This is crunch time, and the Boomers are feeling it.
Dusty pushing to the side, pushing the jockey, shutting it down. Oh my god, Dusty is going absolutely ham right now. I mean, there's gonna be this Charger up here. He's kiting his way up, blocking the spawns. Charger's gonna spawn in, getting melted to the side.
No.
This is what they need. Like, they honestly, they can kill this tank. They can easily kill this tank at this point. Smoker behind. Hate culture is all over right now on the SI side because they're getting flustered by the Dusty right here. I was going to say something else, but it's all good. It's all good. It's insane.
Right now.
And there's no more horde. There's no more horde.
Oh my gosh. They have to do more than... They have to do more than cut
they can't push the pills. They can't push the pills. They know they can't push the pills. They're just gonna shoot the tank. Tank's up in the hands of Badfish. He's in. They have to watch the SI hit from behind. And the horde. Hunter lands. Missing. It's a double cap, but Dusty is still on top. Getting locked right there. They got a ledge hang right there.
Wait. This could be really bad still. 2 down. Have his help. He got a rock. Elk God has to eat his pills. He can't shoot yet. Take it. 20% HP. Gonna land another rock.
He's getting
Their helpfulness is really bad. Their helpfulness is really bad now at this point. They have to kill the tank. The tank yes.
Oh my god.
Over here.
Yo.
This is really bad. This is really bad though.
Yo. We're gonna have this Charger spawning up. Going in, landing.
I need some.
Oh no. No. They gotta pick up the other 2 survivors for the bonus.
I know.
For the bonus to recapitulate. Yeah, and they're gonna get pills too. That's the thing. They just need to not let Limzo die, and then they can start pushing forward, and they're gonna get up.
No.
Everyone's up.
I don't know, man. The pills I don't think are worth enough. I don't think the pills are worth enough by themselves. This is scary stuff. Scary stuff, real. This is such a close game now.
This is insane. Like, Dusty literally just stood on top of the truck and, like, killed like he shot the tank. The pinners went for the back, got a double cap with the boom, but at this point, it's going to be very, very close. Because they still have, no, Infested, they still have 338 health bonus. They still have 338. They can do this. If they make these last 2 hits, they're gonna pull it off. Oh my god! Yo! Lemon Party are doing it! Hate Culture has like 2 or 3 more hits to kill them. This is crazy. They are, but they're all fast.
It all comes down. No,
Charger 2-2. Boomer going in, getting popped again by Dusty. Oh my god! Here we go! Spit going in, not gonna land. Smoker getting a pull. M2 shut down. Jockey's going in. Gonna be cleared off the railing, and they're fast. They're gonna push. Oh my god, I've never seen a team, at least, I don't know if never is the right word for it, but in my time casting, I have not seen this. This is insane.
Miles an hour, you're gonna slow down. It's illegal.
No, this is crazy. They're going, they have 1 more hit. The SI team has 1 more hit for this. They are blitzing. It's a Charger, Hunter, Boomer, and another Hunter. Spawn's being blocked on the side.
The spawn. They couldn't get it.
They couldn't get the spawn. They couldn't get it. They're gonna bait it out here. They're gonna bait it out.
What's the desperation move? I don't like it. I don't like it.
Hunter going in, getting shut down.
That's it.
There's the Charger going in, landing onto Coach. Gonna get clear before a pound. Hunter manages to land two, and they're so fast. Oh my God! No way! No fucking way! They're gonna keep pushing in. They're gonna win this game. Lemon Party's gonna win this game. Are you kidding me? They're making their way to the chopper. They're gonna push their way in, and this is going to be one of the best comebacks I have ever seen in this game. MVP voting is open. We're about to see the health bonus tick out. They're still bleeding. That's the thing, is they're still bleeding just a little bit. But your final score is 3,686 points. Team Lemon Party pulls it off on the finale. A 50, I can't count, a 70-point game with the comeback. Oh my God.
What a game to be a part of. Oh, golly gee. All the pieces just fell together.
That is nuts. Wow. That is how the MavWar Hype 2018 Unity Tournament kicks off. Team Lemon Party making the comeback and defeating Team Hate Culture on the finale by 70 points. Wow. That's one of the best matches I've ever casted. Like, that I've even seen as a spectator. That is one of the best games of competitive Left 4 Dead 2 you will ever find. That's insane. And that's the way the tournament starts. Infested, that's the way the tournament starts.
This is such an exciting way. Oh my gosh. It was such a tug of war throughout the entire game, coming right down to the ending. Just, oh my gosh. Someone had to walk the plank though. we're gonna see only one team come out the victor. And it was Team Lemon Party against Hate Culture.
That was completely insane. I'm gonna direct everyone now. The MVP voting is now open after the match. We got a couple of names we could put down, I think, for that. But that is a show of how the balance that went into these teams and the way in which that kind of falls out, you know, kind of works. Because like it was looking really bad for Team Lemon Party most of the time, but those last two maps were so important for them to get the wipe and then to make map 4, get the second wipe, and then make map 5. And that tank just they couldn't kill that tank. That was like they couldn't kill that second tank. Like, Nimzo had 200 HP. If Hate Culture survives that tank, they win the game. But then Dusty's team, Lemon Party, were able to kill the tank with Dusty on top of the truck. Like, that was just what they needed. That was exactly what they needed, and they managed to pull off the comeback. That was absolutely crazy. I want to give a shout out to obviously both the teams, to xBye and the MavWar Twitch channel too. You know, to Found Time for being the tournament sponsor. eFreak, huge important part of this tournament sponsor, plus the server host, plus the developer of this config UMod. Infested, any final words after that incredible opening to this tournament?
I just gotta congratulate both teams on putting on such a spectacle that we got to take part in, because that was quite a game. That was quite a way to start this stuff off. Shooting off like a rocket. And I'm ready for the next ones. We got a whole week of games coming up. We got a lot of teams here in this tournament, don't we?
We do. And as a matter of fact, we have a match on Wednesday night at 10 o'clock, and it's going to be my team, Team Lovebone, versus Team Beach Please. So that's the next game actually coming up, since we're game 2. I won't be in the broadcast booth for that one because I'll be on the proverbial field, but that's the next one that's coming up, as a matter of fact, on Wednesday. That game is on Death Toll, so that's in about 48 hours time.
Oh boy, 48 hours! I'm pumped for that one. We will see who it is.
Exactly, but
recording and or casting that game.
Exactly, yeah, we'll see. We'll see exactly how it comes out, but thank you everybody for watching. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and once again, go over to MavWar.com because the MVP voting is now open. And with that, we bid you a good night until Wednesday evening.